Have you ever found yourself on a road late at night where shadows seem to stretch and whisper? I had one such experience on Prospectors Road in Garden Valley, California. Let me take you back to that night. It was a chilly October evening. I was driving through winding roads, surrounded by dense trees, the kind of place where you'd expect something to leap out at any moment. As I drove, I saw a faded sign that read, Prospectors Road. Curiosity got the better of me, so I turned onto it, not knowing what awaited me. The road was narrow, almost claustrophobic, with towering pines on either side. The further I went, the more unease settled in my gut. I had heard rumors about this road, stories of miners who met a grim fate after boasting about their newfound wealth. They say a ghostly miner haunts this road, forever seeking revenge on those who dare to travel it. Suddenly, my car's engine sputtered and died. I was stranded. In the eerie silence, I could hear my own heartbeat. I got out of the car, hoping to find some help. That's when I saw him. A figure emerged from the shadows. He was dressed in tattered clothes, covered in dirt and grime. His eyes were hollow, and he pointed directly at me. My blood ran cold. I tried to speak, to ask for help, but no words came out. He started to move closer, his finger still pointing at me. Panic surged through me, and I stumbled back to my car. The doors were locked. I fumbled with the keys, my hands trembling. When I looked up again, he was gone, but the feeling of being watched lingered. I finally managed to start the car and floored it, speeding away from that cursed road. As I drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror. The ghostly miner stood at the edge of the road, watching. I didn't stop until I reached home, heart pounding in my chest. Even now, I can't shake the feeling of his eyes on me. So, if you ever find yourself on Prospectors Road, heed my warning. Don't boast, don't linger, and whatever you do, don't stop. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button and subscribe for more eerie tales. Until next time, stay safe and beware of the shadows. It was a cool, moonless night when I decided to hike through Turnbull Canyon. Armed with only a flashlight and my curiosity, I ventured into the dark, knowing full well the haunting tales that surrounded this place. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the crunch of my footsteps on the gravel path. As I walked deeper into the canyon, the stories began to play in my mind. A plane crash in the 1950s that claimed 29 lives. Ritualistic child sacrifices whispered to have taken place in the shadow of night. The eerie remains of a burnt-down asylum where a teen met his tragic fate. Suddenly, I froze. My flashlight flickered, casting erratic shadows on the trees around me. I remembered a recent comment I read online. Someone saw an 8-foot-tall shadow figure with glowing white eyes right here on the Friendly Hills Trail. My heart pounded as I scanned the darkness, half expecting to see those haunting eyes staring back at me. I continued, my breath shallow, when I heard it, the soft cries of a woman growing louder and more desperate with each step I took. I turned in every direction, but there was no one to be seen. The cries seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. It was as if the very air was alive with sorrow. Then, out of nowhere, I saw a figure, a spectral caravan of ghosts walking down Turnbull Canyon Road. They moved silently, passing through a nearby vehicle as if it wasn't even there. My pulse quickened as I watched, unable to tear my eyes away from the eerie procession. As I reached the metal benches near the trailhead, the cries stopped abruptly. replaced by an oppressive silence. I sat down, my hands trembling, when I noticed two men standing on the trail. They beckoned me to follow them deeper into the canyon, their eyes cold and devoid of emotion. I remembered another story, a warning about strangers luring people into the darkness, never to be seen again. I bolted back to my car, not daring to look back. As I drove away, I could feel the canyon's dark eyes watching me, a reminder of the secrets it holds, waiting for the next curious soul to wander into its depths. Turnbull Canyon, a place where legends come to life, and the boundary between the living and the dead blurs. Do you dare to explore its haunted paths? Have you ever felt a presence you couldn't see? Let me take you back to a night I'll never forget. I was at Griswold's old schoolhouse on W. Foothill Boulevard in Claremont, California. This place is now a cluster of shops, but once it was a bustling schoolhouse, filled with the laughter and cries of children. As I entered, a cold shiver ran down my spine. The air was thick, like something was watching me. I brushed it off and headed towards the ornate staircase. But as I descended, I felt a distinct presence behind me. My heart pounded, every hair on my body stood on end. Downstairs, I wandered into Merlin's crystal cave. The temperature dropped suddenly. I could see my breath. A white mist started to form. I wasn't alone. Then I heard it, a faint sobbing sound. I turned, and there she was, a little girl crying. I blinked, and she vanished. Terrified, I rushed out of the cave, but the feeling of being watched never left me. Doors creaked open on their own, and whispers filled the air. This wasn't just my imagination. Something supernatural was happening. Later, I learned that many had experienced similar encounters. Disembodied children's voices, a white mist, self-opening doors, all part of Griswold's eerie charm. Even the building's history was unsettling. Once home to Don Salsa's restaurant and a Chase Bank branch, it had been through many changes. Claremont High School was relocated due to earthquake code violations, and asbestos was found. That night, I left Griswold's old schoolhouse with more questions than answers. Was it haunted? I don't know. But I do know one thing. I felt something that night. Something I can't explain. If you ever find yourself in Claremont, CA, and you're brave enough, visit Griswold's old schoolhouse. Just be prepared to feel a presence you can't see and hear whispers that aren't there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more chilling tales. This is Christopher, signing off.